Hello, I'm Victoria at Motley and I'm one of the partners in the private client team here at Forbes Solicitors. I deal a lot with succession planning for business owners, whether that's through wills, powers of attorney, and trusts and other planning. A business lasting power of attorney is really just the same as any other lasting power of attorney, but it's something that specifically relates to business assets. If you have a business or you run your own business, it can be really important to have a lasting power of attorney in place to cover the situation if you're unable to carry on running the business for any reason. So that might be having had an accident or becoming unwell, or it might even be as simple as being stranded abroad. For example, in COVID, a lot of people got stranded abroad and found that they were struggling then to be able to run their business affairs back here in the UK. So it can be part of general planning for your business in any event. If you think about all the things that you might be dealing with as part of your business, whether that's the bank accounts, dealing with suppliers, sorting out payroll for employees, all of that requires your signature or your input and decision making, if you weren't able to do that, it might cause real problems for your business. You can use the same lasting power of attorney to cover both your personal and your business assets. And for some people, that might work really well. So, for example, if I run a business with my husband, it may well be that I would want to appoint him as my attorney to deal with both the business assets that we have together and also our personal assets. But for some people, the same people who they work with or have a business with are not the same people who deal with their personal finances or that they would want to deal with their personal finances. And so for those circumstances, it may be important to have a separate lasting power of attorney, which will just cover your business assets, and have a separate one then to deal with your personal finances. It will depend on the type of business that you have, whether or not you need a separate business lasting power of attorney. If you run a business as a sole trader, then realistically only you can deal with bank accounts, payroll, etc. And so it would be necessary for you to have a power of attorney in place to allow that business to carry on. If you're in a partnership, it may well be that the partnership agreement already deals with what would happen if a partner became incapable and unable to act as part of the partnership. In those circumstances, you could check the partnership agreement and see if that's already covered. If it's not, you might need to put in place a separate lasting power of attorney that would cover decisions that you would be expected to make as part of that partnership agreement. If you're a shareholder or if you run your business as a limited company, then if you're the shareholder and director, a lot will depend on the articles of association or how many other people are involved in the business. If you make a lasting power of attorney, then your attorneys would be able to make decisions as a shareholder. So that might be voting rights or agreeing to sell the company or taking decisions at shareholder meetings. It doesn't always cover your director's duties. That will depend on the articles of association. So if it's a larger company with multiple directors, it may well be that the articles already deal with what would happen if a director became incapable. But if you are the sole shareholder or sole director, it's likely that there wouldn't be those restrictions within the articles, and a power of attorney might be necessary to enable a director to be appointed or for someone to carry out your director functions and to keep the business running. So the main point to consider when making a business LPA is who you're going to appoint as your attorneys. It's going to be important to appoint somebody who has the necessary skills to actually run your business, perhaps somebody who has knowledge of your business, and certainly somebody who has the time and the capability to go in there and actually do what is needed. So it may be that it is an accountant, or it could be already a trusted employee within the business. You can also appoint more than one attorney within your lasting power of attorney. And so it would be possible to appoint a couple of people maybe who would have those skill sets to carry on the business for you. If you don't put in place a power of attorney that could be used to manage your business if anything happened to you, then the main consequence is likely to be that your business would suffer. Continuity of that business, ability to keep things running and ticking over might be impacted. And realistically, if decisions needed to be made, then it could be that the only option is to go to court for a court-appointed deputy to be appointed, and that can take some time, which obviously has an impact on your business itself.